Stay tuned. Peace Pacers basketball is coming up. 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 Stay tuned. Peace Pacers basketball is coming.
What's up, and welcome to the Herman Athletic Center on the campus of William Peace University here in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina. Another conference matchup on the women's side. Meredith coming across town. Our fellow Raleigh rivals to your William Peace University Pacers paying visit to the Herm this evening. The Pacers coming off of an exciting win on Sunday, 86-84, the final against Coast Guard Academy. The Pacers did not lead in that game until just over 7 seconds remaining. And a steal by Shania Taylor, passed to Khadijah Daniels. She was fouled on a layup attempt with that many seconds left on the clock. Hit both of her free throws, and a defensive stop for William Peace gave them the victory, sending them over 500 for the season. 6 wins, 5 losses. Meredith has had a tough way to go. A couple of first-year coaches here. Graham Smith faring just a little bit better for the Pacers than LaQuanda Quick in her first year at the helm for the Avenging Angels, as we get set things to tip things off rather at midcourt. The 5 for Meredith will be Trinity Packer. The sophomore stands at midcourt to jump things up against Mariah Ballin of the Pacers. Madison Gladwell, Caroline Coleman, Kim Shue, the team's leading scorer with over 16 points per game, and Kirsty King, the senior, starting in the lineup. Ballin goes up and smacks it into the front court. Reeled in by Khadijah Daniels in the left corner. She drives baseline, and a whistle blown will send it the other way, as it was a traveling call. So the turnover immediately by Daniels gives it back to Meredith for their first offensive possession. Shue with it, enters the front court against Ballin, passes right side. On the wing is Gladwell. One dribble, defended well by Menaja Mariette, and has to throw it off to the other side of the floor. Reeled in by Kirsty King. Back up top, 8 on the shot clock. 3-point shot attempt by Packer. There's a line drive and low of the rim, so it sails out of bounds to give it back to William Peace. 30 seconds into this one, still no score. Mariette and Shania Taylor bring it up the floor for the Pacers. Hand off to Daniels on the left wing. She had 19 in the win on Sunday. Dribbles right side. Dishes to the corner. Shania Taylor's 3 off back iron. Rebound attempt knocked away and outside the 3-point line, where a couple of players are on the floor for it. Daniels was there for the Pacers along with Caroline Coleman for Meredith. Shared possession, and the jump ball goes to the Avenging Angels. Shue tosses into Gladwell against Mariette in the backcourt. Crosses from right to left to make her way across midcourt. Bounces to Packer at the top of the key. Lobbed underneath. Layup attempt off the near side of the rim for Coleman, and the Pacers come down with the rebound. Daniels pushes the tempo, entering the front court. Centers things up with a pass to Shania Taylor, who slows things down against Gladwell. She's directing traffic. Goes to the top of the key. Ray, overhead pass to the left wing. Daniels, plenty of space if she wanted to shoot it. Thought about it, and instead sends it back to the top of the circle to Mariette. Back left side. Daniels, pump fake on the 3. Gives to the top of the key, little underhanded pass to Michaela Ray. Step into the lane, off the back of the iron, can't get her own rebound. And Packer knocks it away out of bounds to get it back to the Pacers underneath their own basket. 8:31 on the clock, so nearly a minute and a half has passed in this first quarter and still no score, 0-0. Taylor on the inbound pass. Goes to the right corner, back to the elbow. Ray wide open, buries the jumper from 15 feet out to put the Pacers on the board and ahead 2-0. 8:20 to play in the first. Gladwell bounces to Shue at midcourt, and she walks it across. Quick chest pass back to Gladwell on the right side. Give and go. Shue catches, spins at the right block, and lays it in with her right. Off the window to tie it at 2. Meredith's leading scorer on the board for the first time today. Daniels for the Pacers. Penetrates, kicks back outside where Ray hands to Shania Taylor and sets a high screen. Dribble left against Gladwell. Dishes to the left wing and gets it right back. So now Taylor dribbling at the wing. Goes top of the circle. Daniels. Another pick set by Ray. Passed to Ray, and as she was cutting, is shoved into the pass as the foul called against Meredith's Kirsty King, the senior's first, team first. And Taylor with the inbound pass from underneath the basket. Left baseline. Daniels catches, drives, steps out of bounds, and again will surrender possession, trying to drive from that left side of the basket. As the clock stops at 7:39 left to play in the first. 2 points apiece for Meredith and William Peace. Coleman, the freshman, handling the ball. right at midcourt, crosses from right to left against Taylor. Back to the basket at the top of the key. Picks up her dribble. Bailed out by Shue. 14 on the shot clock. No dribble. She hands to Gladwell, who streaks to the right side and gives right back top of the circle. Shue, pump fake. Drives left. Can't get it to fall off the near side of the glass. It's off the rim. Shue gets her own rebound. The putback attempt is impacted by a couple of Pacers defenders, and it's knocked away out of bounds. Last touched by Meredith. With 7:09 to play in the first, it goes back to William Peace. Shania Taylor and Khadijah Daniels bring it up the floor. Taylor handling, tied at 2 points apiece. Chest pass to the left wing. Mariette, one dribble to her left and gives up top to Michaela Ray. Handed back to Mariette. Drive right side. Daniels, catch, shoot, right corner, three, it's in. 5-2. An early lead for William Peace, 6:43 to play. Gladwell crosses up Mariette in the backcourt, nearly lost her footing, but keeps a hold of the ball. Bounce pass to the left wing. Driving is Packer, too strong on the layup attempt off the backboard, then the front of the rim. Michaela Ray the rebound. Strong on the bounce in the front court as she enters, but it's because she was shoved. Thought it might have been a carrying violation against Ray. Instead, it'll be a foul called against Madison Gladwell, the junior's first, team second. And Shania Taylor receives the inbound pass. Pacers operating in their own half-court set. Dribbles to the right wing, up top. Daniels catches, pump fakes, penetrates left, gives to Mariette on the wing. Handoff, top of the circle. Ray drives, spins at the top of the key, can't get it to fall with her left. It's off the near side of the iron and rebounded by Shue. A quick outlet to the far sideline, and Gladwell will center things back up. She dribbles to the near sideline and is slapped by Mariette for the Pacers' first foul with 6:03 to play in the first quarter. Substitution, Packer out, Brittany Preston in, the only other senior on this team other than King, who is also in the contest for the Avenging Angels. Gladwell receives the inbound pass, streaks down the left side, puts up a layup attempt. It's off the bottom of the backboard, but a foul called. And again, it's against Menaja Mariette. Her second personal, second team for William Peace, and with 5:58 remaining in the first, Gladwell goes to the free throw line to shoot two. Her first is up and rolls in. That makes it 5-3, a 2-point Pacers lead. Gladwell, a 63% shooter on the season, fires up her second, and it's in as well. That reels it within one for Meredith as the Pacers lead by one. 5-4, 5:50 left in the first. Taylor across midcourt, immediately goes to the left wing, gives to the other side, where Daniels hands top of the key to Michaela Ray. Back to Daniels on the right side. She thought about the three. Hot potato pass from Ray to the top to the block where Mariah Ballin loses her handle. Daniels reels it in and hits the three from the right corner again. 8-4, 6 points for Khadijah Daniels with 5:25 left in the first. Coleman catches a pass on the left wing for Meredith. They swing it around to the right corner. Gladwell fakes a pass overhead and goes to the top of the key. Preston, one dribble, gives to King on the left wing. She drives right side, has her shot affected. I believe Michaela Ray got a hand on it, and it's reeled in by Mariah Ballin. Pacers now with it to Shania Taylor in the front court. Taps the top of her head to call out a play to her teammates and gives to Ballin at the top of the circle. Under 5 to play in the first. 8-4, Pacers lead. Taylor at the top of the circle, overhead pass left side to Sophia Church. She drives right, gives to Taylor. Three from the right wing is off the front side of the rim, drops right into Kim Shue's arms, and an outlet to Gladwell, gives it back to Meredith. She dribbles at the left wing, hands to Shue. Against Ballin, crosses from right to left, puts up an errant layup. It's off the near side of the backboard, rebounded by Michaela Ray, but she traveled with it before putting it on the floor. Tried to push the tempo and move the ball to the other side. And instead, it will be Meredith ball underneath their own basket as Shania Taylor checks out for the Pacers. Eva Holloway in for the first time today. Underneath their own basket, Meredith, bounce pass to the right block, wide open, Gladwell, too strong on the layup attempt. Holloway with the rebound, and she pushes it on the fast break for the Pacers. Gives right on the wing. Daniels spins away from her defender and banks it in with the right. 10-4. Daniels has 8 points with 4:08 to play in the first. Kim Hsu has it on the left wing. They swing right side to Preston in the corner. Back up top, Kirsty King floats a pass to the corner where Gladwell catches and thinks about the three against Holloway. Underneath to the left block, Hsu backs down her defender, Michaela Ray, and draws contact on the layup attempt. As the foul is called against Mariah Ballin, who was there for the help D as well. And Hsu goes to the free throw line with 3:54 left in the first. 10-4, Pacers with the lead. Quickly, her first is up, rolling on the backside of the rim, and eventually falls through to make it 10-5. Hsu, a 71% free throw shooter on the season, leads the team in attempts per game by a mile. Nearly 6 tries per contest. Her second is off the left side of the rim. She and Ballin both fall to the floor in the corner to reel in the board. Ballin comes away with it, gets it to Holloway. In transition, it's stolen away by Meredith as Caroline Coleman comes away with it and is immediately fouled, which will slow things down and give the ball to the Avenging Angels. Foul called against Khadijah Daniels, her first, team fourth for William Peace here in the first quarter. Midcourt crossover tried by Gladwell. Lost her handle, picks it back up. Good defense by Holloway. Dishes to the top of the key. Catch and shoot, Kirsty King gets it to fall through for her first bucket of the evening, and it's 10-7, a 3-point Pacers lead. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Church outside the perimeter, gives to Ballin, receives it back on the left side, and goes to the wing where it's caught by Daniels. 8 points already for Daniels. One-handed pass to the top of the key. Ballin catches it, takes a step too many on her way to drive to the rack on the right side. Traveling gives it back to Meredith as both King and Gladwell check out for the Avenging Angels. Packer back in. And entering for the first time tonight is Jana Hassel, the junior. Preston, the senior point guard now in the lineup, gives to Hsu on the right side against Ballin. Drives right, loses her handle, and it's out of bounds at the baseline. The call is that it stays with Meredith. But head coach Graham Smith for William Peace arguing that his players did not impact Hsu losing her handle. Inbound pass goes to Hassel. Quick catch and shoot from the left block, and it's short. The attempt falls into the arms of a Pacers player, was stripped away eventually by Kim Hsu, who is fouled and will get a couple of free throws because that's team foul number 5 on William Peace, the second on Mariah Ballin, who checks out prematurely. She'll have to wait until the first free throw goes up. But Mila Barnes, the freshman, will check in for her. Hsu's first of 2 is up and rips the bottom of the net, so she's now 2 for 3 from the stripe tonight. And that reels it within 2 for Meredith. 10-8 William Peace lead with 2:50 to play in the first quarter. Hsu's second on the way, 72% shooter on the year, rattles in. And it's 10-9 Pacers lead. 10:45 and counting down here in the first quarter. Sophia Church into the front court. Handling with her left, gives left side to Daniels on the wing, who dribbles to the corner, gives to Ray and receives a handoff at the top of the circle. Penetrates right, goes to Holloway, dribbles it to the free throw line and fires it up off the right side of the backboard. Didn't get the rim. Preston with the board, sends it all the way down the floor. Hsu catches the bounce pass on the block and banks it in from the left side under the arms of Michaela Ray. Nice bucket to give Meredith its first lead of the day, 11-10. with 2:12 to play in the first. Church gives right wing to Daniels. Bounce pass on the block to Ray. Answer. Fouled, and the bucket is good. Hsu charged with the personal, and Michaela Ray will get a chance for 3 the hard way for the Pacers. That makes it 12-11. 2:06 is where the clock stops in our first stanza. Shu checks out, as does Coleman for Meredith. King and Gladwell both back in for the Avenging Angels. Ray at the free throw line, shooting one and one only. Rips the bottom of the net. 71% shooter on the year. Is 1 for 1 so far tonight. It's 13-11 Pacers. Gladwell against Holloway. Dribbles across midcourt for Meredith. Gives to Preston on the left wing. Now swung around to the right side. Gladwell catches. Pump fake on a three. No dribble and gives up to King. Top of the circle. One dribble to her right. Back to Gladwell. Waves the ball in front of Holloway. Penetrates. Gives on the left block. King was wide open, but too strong on the layup attempt. It's off the far side of the rim, and a whistle blown. Foul called on Mila Barnes. That will send Kirsty King to the free throw line to shoot a couple of free throws. The senior, just one of three seniors on this roster for Meredith. Fires up her first quickly. It hits the left side of the rim and rolls through. That makes it 13-12. 1 point advantage for William Peace. Second quickly up and in. The senior from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Ties it back up at 13. Daniels catches on the right wing for William Peace. 1:30 to play in the first. To the left side, Holloway floats it underneath on the block. Ray hands to Holloway. 15-foot jumper, nothing but net. 15-13. 1:20 to play in the first. Meredith across the timeline. Gladwell handling with her left. Gets a low screen. Layup attempt. Swatted out to the perimeter by Michaela Ray. Preston reels it in. Drives, and it's stolen by who else? Michaela Ray. 1-on-2. She doesn't have numbers, but draws foul as she enters the front court. And it'll be William Peace ball on their side of the floor. Church checks out for William Peace as Daniels comes back in. Well, scratch that. Coach Graham Smith has sent Church back onto the floor. But Daniels will toss in the inbound pass on the far sideline. Church dribbles to center court. Daniels on the left wing, one dribble to Church, left corner, catch and shoot three off the front side of the rim, no good. Boarded by Coleman. And here comes Meredith. Holloway meets her in the half court. Coleman drives left side, gives to Gladwell from the left corner. The three-point shot attempt rolls in off the front side of the rim. 16-15 advantage for Meredith. Just one win on the season for the Avenging Angels. They're 1-11 entering conference play. Holloway on the left wing to Church in the corner. Underneath, Ray wrapped a pass around a couple of defenders. It was going to be a beautiful result as Daniels was wide open and hit the layup, but a foul called on the floor prior to Ray's pass will give her two shots at the free throw line as it's team foul number 5 on Meredith. Second personal for Kirsty King as Ray's first is in the air and nothing but the bottom of the net. Ties it up at 16. 29.1 seconds the clock reads here in the first period. The second of two up for Ray, and it's in as well. 17-16. Pacers with the lead late in the first quarter. Pass heaved to midcourt, caught by Kim Shu. She steps across the line, dribbling with her left. Now her right against Mila Barnes. Picks up at the right wing and gives outside to Gladwell against Holloway. 15 on the clock. Shot clock turned off. She gives left wing. Pump fake from Kim Shu. Drives and weaves around a couple of defenders. Puts up a finger roll layup. It's off the bottom side of the rim. No good, but a foul called against Michaela Ray will allow a couple of free throws for Kimberly Shu as the clock stops at 10.8 seconds here in the first. Pacers 17, Angels 16. Knotted up at 17 now as Shu's first is up and in. 71% shooter on the season. Second of two for Shu. Off back iron, pulled in by Mila Barnes. Under 10 to play in the first. Daniels dribbles to the left wing. Outside the perimeter, crosses through her legs, driving right side, floats it up from the lane. It thuds off the back of the rim, and time expires in the first quarter with an even score. 17 points apiece for Meredith, and your William Peace University Pacers will set it up for another 10 minutes of second quarter action here at the Herm. 17-all through one. All start of the second period here at the Herman Athletic Center. Meredith and William Peace playing a crosstown rivalry. Their first of two games this season as Sophia Church starts things off for the Pacers. Gives to the left side, up top, Mila Barnes penetrates, kicks it to the corner. Church drives and goes back up top of the circle to Daniels. One dribble, bounces to the right block. Ray working against a couple of defenders, spins to her left and banks it in from center of the rim. 19-17 now the score in favor of the Pacers. Meredith breaks a light press with a pass to Shue at midcourt. She goes to the right side. Coleman underneath on the block. And Packer, one dribble, bumps up into her defender Ray, banking it in for two to tie it up at 19. Church top of the circle for the Pacers on the other end. Gives to Holloway on the left wing, up top of the circle. Barnes fires up the long two, and it falls short of the rim, sailing out of bounds to give it back to Meredith with 9:11 to play in the second quarter. Packer on the inbound pass, gives to the far corner. Coleman, opposite side, Gladwell, back to Coleman on the far sideline. Overhead pass inside the perimeter. Shue, long jumper. Blocked by Ray, but she reels it back in and banks it in with a layup from the left side, 21-19. Shue has 11 points to lead the way for Meredith. Binging Angels lead by 2. Church drives to the right block, fires it up, and it sails over the cylinder, pulled back in by Mila Barnes, and the Pacers retain possession. 12 on the shot clock. Holloway catches a pass outside the perimeter, dribbles with a high screen from Ray to her right, and buries a 17-footer to tie it back up at 21. 8:25 to play in the second. Packer catches in the front court, floats it back outside the perimeter to Gladwell. Preston on the outside of the circle, now underneath, and it's overthrown, intended for Shue, and out of bounds. Pacers ball with 8:19 to play in the second quarter. Tie ball game at 21 points apiece. Meredith, the visitors here, looking for their second win of the season. It would be their second conference win. Church into the front court, handling the ball for the Pacers. Top of the circle. Ray gives right to Daniels, sets a high pick. Floater in the lane. Falls through for Khadijah Daniels, who's now in double figures for the Pacers. 10 points for her on 4 of 5 shooting. 23-21, William Peace. Shue catches at the three-point line, dribbles inside it, puts up a long two, and it's off the far side of the backboard. On the rebound attempt, Mila Barnes charged with the foul, and it is teed up. It's a couple of fouls on Mila Barnes, and each time she's been very expressive after the fact. So the personal foul and the technical foul for Barnes will result in Kim Shue shooting free throws all by herself in the Meredith front court with 7:49 to play in the second. For Barnes, it's her third personal, her second and third personal, I should say. She remains in the game, at least for this moment, along with Michaela Ray, Sophia Church, Eva Holloway, and Khadijah Daniels in the backcourt. Shue's first falls and draws it within one. Her second on the way and rips the bottom of the net to tie us up at 23 points apiece. 7:49 to play in the first half as Barnes checks out. Deja Umstead into the contest for the first time tonight. Instrumental part of the Pacers' win on Sunday as Umstead was 3 for 4 from beyond the arc with 12 points. Dead ball foul on the inbound pass. And it's called against Michaela Ray before the pass even entered play. Ray's second personal, third team foul already on the Pacers here in the second quarter. 7:49 on the clock. Inlet pass to Shu in the paint. Spins, puts it up with her left. It's off the near side of the rim. Packers follow-up is no good, and it's batted away out of bounds. Last touch by Michaela Ray with the rebound attempt to go back to Meredith underneath their own basket. 9-second runoff on that play. 7:40 on the clock. Inbound goes to the top of the circle. Packer has it stolen away by Ray, who is immediately tripped up after one dribble. Packer draws the foul. That's the first of the quarter for Meredith. Her second personal. And she'll get a breather. Kirsty King quick to midcourt to check in for Meredith. Deja Umstead just in front of the scorer's table on the inbound pass. Gives in the backcourt to Church. Dribbles across the timeline. High screen from Michaela Ray. Handoff on the right wing. Daniels passes up on the three. Goes back to Church in the corner. Picks up her dribble at the elbow. Underneath, Michaela Ray passes it out toward midcourt. Nobody there, but Umstead scrambles to regain it. 10 on the shot clock. Umstead drives, bounces underneath to Daniels, who tried to put it on the floor, but it was off of her own foot and goes out of bounds. Meredith ball is the result. Kirsty King on the inbound pass to Gladwell on the far sideline. Center court to King. Near sideline. Coleman has it knocked away as she tries to overhead it to the top of the key. Shu reels it back in. Goes to the right corner. Three-point shot. Rolls in just barely for Brittany Preston, who just checked in and has her first points of the evening. Shu her first assist. 26-23 Meredith. 6:45 to play. Daniels, one-handed pass, top of the key. Catch and shoot. Eva Holloway, money on the mid-range game. Reels it back within one. 26-25, 6.5 minutes left in the first half of action. Gladwell with a pass on the far sideline to Shu. Breaks the press. Shu loses her footing. Has to dive at the ball. Tosses it up and gets Kirsty King the ball. Now to Preston again on the right side. Three-point shot attempt off back iron, and a long rebound goes down to Daniels. Doesn't have numbers. Puts up the floater. Banks it in for two, but a charge. Brittany Preston was quick to regain position defensively, as it was Daniels against three Meredith defenders. Wise of one of them to try to draw the charge, and it negates the basket, giving the ball back to Meredith with 6:14 to play in the second. 26-25, a one-point lead for the visitors. Gladwell tosses across midcourt. Shu catches. Dribbles to her right, defended by Shania Taylor. Gives to Brittany Preston on the right wing. Now back to Shu on the block. Opposite block, bounces it. Kirsty King has to alter her shot. Good defense, but regains it after the first miss and banks it in for two. 3-point Meredith lead, 28-25. 5:45 to play in the second. Umstead handling the ball for William Peace. Lobs it to the right block. Ray weaves between two defenders and banks it in off the top of the window to make it 28-27. Meredith still ahead by one. 5:30 left in the half. King, an overhead pass to the far corner. Coleman bounces underneath, intended for Shu, and it's knocked away out of bounds. Last touch by Michaela Ray, who was all over Kim Shu. Clock stops, 5:25. Coleman on the inbound. Overheads it to the right side of the lane. Preston catches and is off balance with the layup attempt. It's off the far side of the rim. Umstead with the rebound. Down the far sideline and across midcourt. Slows things down against Gladwell. Chest pass to the right wing. Daniels catches, fires it. High arcing off back of the iron, and the rebound pulled in at the free throw line by Gladwell. She's going to push tempo for Meredith. Floats it to the left side of the lane. Caught and laid in by Shu. No dribble needed. in stride. Excellent pass on the assist by Gladwell, and it's 30-27 with 4:50 left in the half. Umstead gives to Taylor on the left side, now back up top and around the perimeter. Church catches, wants the three-point shot from the right side, but it thuds off the far side of the rim. Rebound pulled in by King, and an outlet to Gladwell. Timeout called as she crosses midcourt for first-year head coach LaQuanda Barksdale Quick of Meredith. Avenging Angels get a breather with 4:35 left in the second. They lead it over your William Peace University Pacers, 30-27 here in the second quarter. To 27, 4 minutes, 35 seconds left in the second quarter here at the Herman Athletic Center. Meredith with the ball in their own half court. Bounces it inside on the inbound pass to Gladwell to set up the offense. To Kirsty King, a chest pass on the left wing. Now top of the key. Shu catches, squares up to the basket, drives left side. Great defense by both Mariette and Ray to force a miss on the far side of the basket, and it's pulled in by Taylor. She dribbles into the front court. Daniels hands it on the right wing. She circles around to the left block, driving and putting up a layup attempt where she's met with a hip check by Brittany Preston. And it will be Pacers ball underneath their own basket, foul called on the floor. So Deja Umstead will toss it in from the baseline. Breaks off the play, lobs it outside the three-point line to Michaela Ray at the top of the circle. She drives left side, lost her handle, and it's out of bounds. Last touched by her on-ball defender, Kirsty King. And now Shania Taylor will trigger it in for the Pacers. Goes to the left corner. Mariette catches, thinks about a shot. One-handed pass back up top to run the offense to Deja Umstead. She hands to Taylor, who dribbles at the right wing. Lobs it underneath on the block. Ray spins, dumps it in with a right, and a whistle blown, foul called. Basket's good. Kirsty King charged with the personal. Ray has 13 points on the evening, a chance to make it 14, and that's the third foul on King, so she'll check out and be replaced by Packer with just under 4 minutes left to play in the first half. And the Pacers down by one, but a chance to tie here for Michaela Ray. 70% free throw shooter, knocks it down. 14 points for her. She's 4 of 4 from the stripe tonight, and it's 30 all. 3:50 on the clock. Gladwell spins against Umstead, her defender. Gets by, and a slap at the ball by Umstead results in a personal foul. That's 2 shots, ill-advised foul, as it creates a free throw opportunity for Gladwell and the Avenging Angels with 3:49 to play in the second quarter. Gladwell, a 63% shooter, tosses up her first and hits it nothing but net. 31-30, Meredith with the lead, 3:49 to play in the second. Gladwell's second is up and in as well. 7 points for her. She, like Michaela Ray, is 4 for 4 from the stripe. Shania Taylor across the timeline for the Pacers. Dribbles with her left, goes to the wing. Umstead catches, thinks about a three, maybe thought about it too long as she sends it sailing over the cylinder and rebounded by Brittany Preston. Quick outlet for Meredith, goes to Gladwell. Loses her defender at midcourt, bounces right side. Packer now to the corner. Coleman, pump fake, drives baseline. Gladwell in the opposite corner, puts a three-point shot attempt off the front of the rim. Rebound eventually goes down to Shu in the left corner. Zips a pass to the top of the circle. Packer's shot rolls in after hitting the front of the rim. Ugly sequence for Meredith, but it results in 2 points nonetheless, and they lead 34-30. 3:05 left in the half. Taylor dribbling from left to right, and a foul called off the ball as Caroline Coleman, charged with the personal foul, was shoving against a high screen. Her first personal, team fourth for Meredith. Taylor receives the inbound pass, dribbles right side, goes to Umstead on the wing, to the free throw line. Ray catches, has a lot of time to think about it, and puts the 2-point jumper off the back of the iron. Rebound goes down to Kim Shue, and she hands off to Gladwell, streaking down the far sideline. Gives in the corner to Coleman, back up top, Shue to Gladwell on the left wing. Fakes a pass high, bounces it underneath to Packer. Back up top, lob, backdoor cut, caught by Gladwell, and the short jumper's off the near side of the rim. Mariette, rebound, sends it up the floor. Daniels crosses from left to right and banks it in. A foul called as well, so a chance for a three-point play for Khadijah Daniels. She had 19 in the win on Sunday, 12 so far today. And she approaches the charity stripe for the first time this evening. 68% free throw shooter on the season. It sticks to the front of the rim and rolls through. 34-33. Meredith still with a 1-point lead. 2:20 to play in the second quarter. Gladwell gets to midcourt, hands off to Shue against Mariette, crosses from right to left. At the top of the circle, back to the basket, step back from the right side, and it rolls in. That's a long two to make it 36-33. Tough shot by Shue. She's one of the best players in the conference, the reigning conference rookie of the year. Taylor dribbles to the right wing, hands to Umstead, now to the left wing. Daniels pump fake on a three, dribbles to the block, short jumper off the front of the rim, and boarded at the free throw line by Gladwell. So Meredith moving sides, give to the left corner, now on the block. Shue catches, pivots with her right, and dumps it in from the left off the high window. And a 5-point lead, rather, for Meredith. Kicking on a Shania Taylor pass as the Pacers move it into the front court. Coleman jabbed her foot at it and gives it back to the Pacers as the inbound pass from the far sideline goes to Deja Umstead. Top of the circle. High screen from Michaela Ray. No hesitation that time, and she drains the three. Umstead hits her first from deep, and it's 38-36, Meredith's lead. Two passes. It's on the left block. Shue fading away. Nothing but net. Putting on a clinic for Meredith as the Pacers sprint down the other side of the floor to Taylor. Now to the elbow. Jumper caught and shot by Daniels. It rolls in to bring it back within two. 40-38, Meredith with the lead. 1:01 to play in the second. Daniels with 15. That's the fourth assist by Shania Taylor. Gladwell appears to be a bit hobbled. Brittany Preston comes in to replace her for Meredith, as Preston and Hassel bring it up the floor for the Avenging Angels. Preston handling with her left against Deja Umstead. And a timeout called by Coach Quick. So Meredith will get a reset of things, just a 30-second timeout. Avenging Angels lead at 40-38 here on the road. They're 0-5 in true away games this season. 52.6 seconds on the clock. That's the second timeout called by Meredith. Amy Hockaday checks in for the Pacers. Michaela Ray out just before that. We'll see if Ray re-enters, and she will not. She'll stay on the bench. Hockaday remains in for the first time today. From the far sideline, Coleman bounces the inbound pass to Preston at the midcourt logo. She's defended by Umstead. Prematurely picks up her dribble. Bailed out on the right side by Shue. Jab step to the left side, but traveling gives it back to the Pacers. Stopping the clock at 45 seconds. It's bounced into Daniels. And an official's timeout. And they'll reset the clock as the pass is going to be inbounded in front of the Pacers bench, it seems, without a timeout call. Interesting that it moves from the baseline, but here we are. Daniels dribbles into the front court. Penetrates to the right side, gives to Taylor on the wing. Now handed off to the corner. Back to Daniels. She battles her way through traffic. Driving baseline and banks it in for two. 17 points for Khadijah Daniels now on 7 of 10 shooting. Preston sprinting into the front court as it's stolen away. It's Daniels all alone in the front court. Lays it in with her left. 19 for her. 42-40 Pacers lead. Preston catches. Gets it to Shue in the front court. Back out to Preston. 6 on the clock for Meredith to get a shot off. Shue, step back. Long two from the left side. Thuds off the front of the rim and is rebounded by Daniels as time expires in the second quarter. The Pacers in the first half on a 6-0 run, hitting 5 of their last 6 from the field. A lot of that damage done by Khadijah Daniels, who on an 8 of 11 shooting goes into the break with 19 points. The only other 3 Pacers on the board, Michaela Ray with 14 points, 6 for Eva Holloway on 3 mid-range jumpers. She's 3 of 4. And then 3 for Deja Umstead on her lone shot from beyond the arc. This doesn't look much different for Meredith on the other side of the box score. Kim Shue leads the way with 23 points. Nobody else in double figures for the Avenging Angels. 42-40 your halftime score. Pacers ahead by 2 here at the Herm.
Stay tuned. Peace Pacers basketball is coming up. 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 Peace Pacers basketball is coming up. Stay tuned. Peace Pacers basketball is coming up.
Welcome back. Time for the second half here on the Pacers Sports Network. Darren Vaught with you at the Herman Athletic Center on the campus of William Peace University, where your William Peace Pacers lead the Meredith College Avenging Angels 42-40. Just a 2-point margin at the break. We'll reset the clock for 10 minutes to begin the third quarter. Meredith paced by Kim Hsu, last year's Conference Rookie of the Year in the USA South. 23 points, 6 rebounds for Hsu to lead the way for the Avenging Angels, as Meredith will now operate from my right to left. And they're all maroon uniforms. Inbound pass from Hsu goes to Gladwell, handed off back to Hsu. Top of the circle, she gives on the right wing. Gladwell, no dribble. Hands to Caroline Coleman. Back to Gladwell, driving from the right wing, well defended by Mariette, misses the shot, and it's pulled in by Michaela Ray. Forwards a pass to Daniels, bounced to the right block, Ballin banks it in for 2 and draws the foul. 44-40. Pacers with the lead, 9:34 to play in the third, and Ballin steps up to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Those are her first points, her first shot attempt actually of the evening, as her free throw ricochets off the back of the iron and is rebounded by Packer. So back to Meredith. She sends the outlet to the far sideline. Gladwell dribbles toward midcourt, calls out a signal to her teammates, defended by Mariette, crosses from right to left. Back to the basket at the top of the circle, bounces to the right of the lane. Packer back up top to King. Cutting is Hsu, catches and puts it up with her left. It rolls in and out off the left side of the rim, but a foul called against Khadijah Daniels, and that'll send Kim Hsu to the free throw line to shoot 2. In a 44-40 ball game, Pacers with the lead, 9 minutes, 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Hsu already with 23. Couple of shots on the way, 71% free throw shooter. First sticks to the front of the rim and rolls through to make it 44-41. So Pacers ahead by 3 with Hsu's second of 2 on its way up and in. 2-point game, 9:12 to play in the third. Ballin and Taylor bring it up the floor for the Pacers. Taylor wasting no time entering the front court. Dribbles to the left wing, passes top of the circle. It's knocked away, stolen by Packer, and a one-person fast break. Short on the layup attempt. It's off the near side of the rim. Taylor with the board, gets it to Daniels, up the floor, fouled on the floater, and it just rolls off the far side of the rim. Daniels almost with a chance in another 3-point play, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2 for William Peace with 8:54 to play in the third. Daniels, a 68% free throw shooter, has been on a tear lately. Sends up her first, and it's in. 45-42, 3-point lead for the Pacers. Brittany Preston in for Caroline Coleman for Meredith. The tail end for Daniels is up and on its way. She hit those 2 clutch free throws on Sunday, buries that one here. And it's 46-42. 4-point Pacers lead, under 9 to play in the third. Gladwell walks it up the floor for the Avenging Angels. Crosses from right to left. Spins, picks up her dribble, bounces to the elbow on the right side. Preston catches, no dribble yet, goes to the opposite side of the paint. King lofts it underneath. Hsu pivots and is fouled after receiving the pass, and it's called against Michaela Ray. Ray with the personal foul, that's her third. Team second of the third quarter. Preston on the inbound pass from underneath the Meredith basket. Tosses right into the outstretched arms of Shania Taylor, but it's pulled in by Hsu, who dribbles into the paint and then sails and hits the deck as she was tripped. So Preston on the inbound pass now after Mariette's third personal. Inbound pass stolen by Ballin, but she tried to roll it out to the corner, missing the intended Shania Taylor, and it goes out of bounds. Meredith with it underneath their own basket. Preston on the inbound pass. Gets it underneath. King from block to the right side. Caught and shot by Kim Shue, and she drills it from about 10 feet out. 46-44. Pacers with a pass all the way to the other end of the floor. Stolen in the corner by Kim Shue. Gets a quick outlet to the far sideline. Gladwell zips it to the left wing. Preston catches, thinks about a three. Instead, they swing it around to the right side. King catches outside the circle, goes down to the left block. Shue pivots, puts it up, underhanded with her left, and is fouled on the shot attempt. So she missed, but will get a couple of free throws at the line for Meredith with 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 46-44 the lead for the Pacers. 27 already for Kim Shue. She is 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Make it 10 of 12. 46-45, and it's within one. Eva Holloway, Deja Umstead check into the contest for the Pacers as Menaja Mariette and Shania Taylor will get a quick breather. Shue 71% on the season, her second of two, up and off the front of the rim. Ball and skies for the rebound and goes to Daniels on the outlet. Far sideline, walking with it, dribbling is Khadijah Daniels. High screen from Ballin, drives to the right block. Goes for the bank off the high glass. It just rolls out. Ballin swats it back out, reeled in by Michaela Ray. From the left block, it rolls in. The 5-foot jumper to give the Pacers a 3-point lead, 48-45, 7:30 to play in the third. Preston zips a pass to the top of the circle. Coleman on the left side now. Hands back to Preston, and they reset with Gladwell at the top of the key. Right corner, Preston. Pump fake on the three. Goes up top, Coleman. Pumps, drives, puts it up from the right side, and it just rolls off the far side of the rim. And in an attempt to rebound the ball, it's last touched by Kirsty King in the near corner on the other side of the Meredith bench. A timeout called for William Peace. Full timeout for Coach Graham Smith in his first year at the helm of the William Peace University Pacers, who lead it by 3, 48-45, 7:14 to play in the third. Exiting the Pacers' first time out of the third quarter. 7:14 to play in the frame. 48-45, a 3-point William Peace lead. Daniels dribbles to the right wing. Gives to the corner. Caught by Deja Umstead and back to the top of the key. Ballin dribbles to her left. Floats it up and banks it in from 12 feet out. Mariah Ballin with her second field goal make of the evening, and it's 50-45, a 5-point Pacers lead. 6 minutes, 45 seconds left in the third. Meredith with it now. Brittany Preston floats it to the right side of the perimeter. Shue back to Preston, right wing now. Coleman catches and makes it. Nothing but net. For 3 to make it 50-48 and bring it back within a score. 6.5 to play in the third. Khadijah Daniels now running point guard for the Pacers. One-handed bounce pass to the elbow. Ray on the right side drives. Takes a step too many as through congestion she travels and gives it back to Meredith on the turnover. Shue and Gladwell bring it up the floor. Gladwell handling with her right. looking for direction, immediately gives to Shu after seeing Coach Quick's signal. Shu with the midcourt logo, gives to Preston on the right side. Back up top, Gladwell swings it down to the corner now from King. Shu catches and shoots. 15-footer on the left baseline, drops in nothing but net and ties it at 50. Daniels streaking, takes it coast to coast and is fouled on the left side of the basket. Very quick to make her way down the floor. Draws contact from Brittany Preston, who commits her third personal, third team foul of the quarter for Meredith. And Daniels back to the free throw line to shoot two. Drills the first immediately. She now has 22 points and is 4 for 4 from the stripe. Her fifth attempt on the way. That one's in as well. 52-50. Pacers lead it, and Daniels leads WPU with 23. Meredith swings it down to the left corner. Coleman airballs the three this time, but it's boarded by King in the far corner. Back out to Coleman for take number two off the near side of the rim, and looked like it was going to go out of bounds. Instead, Shu commits a personal foul on the rebound attempt. Khadijah Daniels had position. Coach Quick not too pleased with that call as it's Shu's second personal. Fourth team foul on Meredith. Daniels, top of the circle, gets a screen from Ballin, dribbles to the left and hands inside the perimeter to Michaela Ray. Out to the top of the key. Ballin thuds the shot off the front of the rim. Dives for the rebound herself on the left side of the basket. And a whistle blown. Foul called. Ballin was there in time, and Gladwell commits the personal foul. That's number 5 on Meredith, so Ballin gets 2 free throws. 5:23 to play in the third. 52-50, William Peace lead. Ballin 0 for 1 from the stripe so far tonight. Gets her first to fall in from the right side and gives a big thumbs up toward the bench. Ballin a 69% free throw shooter on the season. Sends up the second, and it rattles off the right side of the rim. Kirsty King pulls it in for Meredith and hands to Gladwell for the outlet. Into the front court. Gladwell from center court goes to the left wing. Preston back up top to the right side now. Coleman, overhead pass underneath toward the right block. Intended for Shu. It sails out of bounds, but a whistle blown and a foul called prior to against Mariah Ballin, her third personal, and that's team foul number 5 on the Pacers. Shu to the stripe again. She has 30 points, 31 now after that first make, and is 11 of 14 from the free throw line. That's a lot of attempts. She leads the team with nearly 6 attempts from the stripe per game. Well above that as she hits the second and goes 2 for 2 in that trip. 53-52, Pacers lead by 1. Umstead breaks the press, dribbles through traffic, lofts it up to Ballin on the left block, who banks it in. 55-52, Pacers with the lead. Quickly they go to Coleman on the right corner. She drives baseline and a charge. Drawn by Deja Umstead. Got to position just in time outside of the half circle, right at the right block, planted her feet and got pummeled as Coleman commits her fourth personal foul. Jana Hassel checks in her stead with 4:48 to play in the third. Daniels sprints down the far sideline to break the press. Gives to Michaela Ray, who immediately hands it back to Khadijah Daniels. Stutter step at the top of the key. Drives right side. Out Umstead for 3. Off back iron. Long rebound for Daniels. She drives in for the right-handed layup and banks it in. 57-52 with 4:23 left to go in the third. Pacers on a roll. Daniels has hit 4 of her last 5 from the field. Shu catches on the right elbow, gives to the opposite side. King catches and sends up a 2-point jumper. It rattles in to make it 57-54. Pass to Holloway from Daniels across midcourt. Now to the left side. Umstead, hands at the elbow. Ballin registers up a 12-foot jumper, and it's off the near side of the rim. Shu with the rebound for Meredith, and the Avenging Angels make their way into the front court. Hassel from the left wing, up top. Preston underneath on the left side to Kim Shu, who's fouled on the layup attempt. Ballin commits her 4th personal. And Shu will go to the line to shoot free throws number 16 and 17. First of those two is up, sticks to the front of the rim and rolls in. That makes it 57-55. Ballin checks out with 4 personal. Mila Barnes checks in her place. Shu's second is up and rips the bottom of the net as well. So 1-point game, 57-56 with 3:30 to play in the third. Daniels handling the ball at the top of the offense for William Peace. Drives left side, has it knocked away. Mila Barnes recovers, dumps it underneath. Daniels from the left side of the basket puts it up off the bottom of the rim, but a foul called on the shot attempt. It's against Gladwell. And now Daniels will go to the free throw line. Seems like she's been up there more. She's 5 for 5 from the stripe. 25 points. Leads all WPU scorers so far. Nothing but net on the first. Casual attempt to make it a 2-point game, 58-56. She now has 26. Her 7th free throw of the night on the way. Nothing but nylon. 3-point Pacers lead. King and Gladwell bring it up the floor. Gladwell handling against Umstead. Gives up at midcourt. All the way to the left corner. Hassel lofts it underneath on the left block. Easy bucket for Kim Shu as she banks it in. Daniels to the 3-point line. Crosses from right to left. Inside from the elbow. No hesitation. Pulls up and hits the jumper. 61-58 as Daniels and Shu seemingly go back and forth. Under 3 minutes to go in the third. Hassel, chest pass to the right side. King fakes the overhead from the wing. Dribbles up to the top of the circle. Hits a cutting Gladwell. No, it's knocked away by Umstead. Pulled in by Daniels. Forwarded. Ray steps through the lane and banks it in with her right from the left side. And it's a 5-point Pacers lead, 63-58. Ray on the bucket. Daniels on the assist. Her 5th dime of the evening. Ray has 18 points herself. Meredith swings it to the right side. 2:18 left in the third. King, overhead pass and on the block to Shu. Back out. Gladwell tries the bank shot from the top of the key. It thuds off the left side of the rim. Boarded by Holloway. Daniels receives it. Forwards a pass. Ray bounced ahead to Umstead, and it's laid in softly with her right. And a timeout called. 65-58 with 2:02 left in the third. A 7-point Pacers lead. And a Meredith timeout. Full timeout for Coach Quick. Her Avenging Angels trailing by 7 here in the third. 2:02 left in the stanza. Third quarter here at the Herman Athletic Center. 2 minutes, 2 seconds left in this period. And a 65-58 lead for William Peace. Meredith bringing it up the floor following their timeout. Sending a pass to the right wing. Jana Hassel puts it on the floor against Holloway. Hands off to Preston. They swing it around to the left side. King catches, fires up, it rolls in and out. Shue all alone, streaking in for the rebound and the putback. That gives her 2 more points. She has 36 for Meredith. 65-60 now, a 5-point Pacers lead. Daniels outside the perimeter. Dribbles with her left, gives left to Umstead. Back top of the circle. Ray dribbles inside the free throw line. Spins and kicks it back out to Umstead, who hesitated before putting it on the floor and commits a traveling violation to give it back to Meredith. Not an ideal turnover, the 11th of the day for the Pacers. They forced 17, though, for Meredith. Angels swing it around the left side. Gladwell bounces onto the left block to Shue, and an eager Mila Barnes commits a reach-in foul on the pass. So for Barnes, that's her 4th, and she becomes the 3rd Pacers player with 4 fouls, joining Menage Mariette and Mariah Ballin. Barnes checks out, Sophia Church in. Shue's first free throw is good. She's a 71% shooter on the season. She now has 39. Her second, buried, nothing but net. 40-point night as she's 16 of 19 from the stripe. 65-62. Church crosses up her defender Shue at the 3-point line. Gives on the left side to Daniels. Back to Church in the corner. Bounce pass on the block. Ray weaves between 2 defenders. Hassel and King were there. And she's fouled on the layup attempt, by which one we will see according to the call. It's against Jana Hassel, her 2nd personal. And Ray goes to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 52.8 seconds on the clock. Ray's first is up, hits the left side of the rim, then quickly jolts over to the right and rattles out. Ray now 4 for 5. That's her first miss from the stripe so far tonight. Second is up. That one ricochets off the left side of the rim. Rebounded at the block and shared possession. Good effort by Kim Shue to get a couple of paws on it and force the jump ball, though it stays with the Pacers underneath their own basket. Umstead on the inbound. To the right corner. Khadijah Daniels penetrates, bounces to the right block, falling away. Holloway can't hit the shot. It's off the near side of the rim, boarded by Gladwell. Down the near sideline. She gives to the right side. King on the wing. Up top, Hassel. Back to Gladwell from the left side. 3-point shot attempt, well short of the rim. Ray with the board, throws it forward. Daniels catches all alone, lays it in with her right, and it's 67-62. 25 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Gladwell, patient, gives left side to King outside the 3-point line. Dumped underneath. Shue spins around Holloway and banks it in with her left, making it look easy. She has 42 points for Meredith. Umstead dribbles to the left wing. 6 seconds to shoot for the Pacers. In the lane, floats it up. Daniels walked before putting up the shot, and the clock stops at 3.5 seconds. We'll see what Meredith can do with it. They'll have to traverse the entire length of the court from baseline to baseline. Tossed forward. Gladwell receives it at midcourt. 1 on the clock. Loses her handle outside the 3-point line. And the clock hits 0 here in the 3rd, with the difference being 3 points. 67-64. William Peace ahead as we enter the 4th and final period of regulation here at the Herm. lead for William Peace entering the fourth quarter, 67-64, and some high-scoring individual efforts for both sides in this one. Meredith begins the fourth quarter with the basketball. Gladwell sends a pass to the left side. Hassel lobs it underneath, but it's stolen away by Holloway. Clears it forward to Deja Umstead. Has to save it from going out of bounds at the opposite baseline. Throws it right into the arms of Kirsty King. So Meredith now with transition. Shue goes to Preston on the right wing. They didn't have numbers, so wisely holding up and pulling the reins back on the offense. To King on the right side. Handed in the corner to Preston. Back up top, Gladwell. 10 on the shot clock now. They swing it left side. A long two. In and out. King fired it up, and it's rebounded by Holloway, who tries to loft a pass above the defense. Sophia Church went up and got it, but had to adjust her body in a way that she couldn't put it on the floor and commits the traveling violation. Although ball looks like it's being rewarded back to the Pacers. Daniels gives to the left corner. Umstead open for three, too strong on the three-pointer. And a foul on the rebound attempt committed by Holloway to slow things down and give it to Meredith. With 9:09 left to play in the contest, 67-64, score remains. Gladwell and King bring it up the floor. Gladwell to King on the left side of the lane. Now to the wing. Hassel catches against Church. Back to Gladwell at the midcourt logo. She dribbles right. Gives to King. Nothing doing. Drives baseline against Michaela Ray. Picks up her dribble at the block and kicks it back outside the three-point line. Preston centered up for three off the left side of the rim. And Ray trying to bat it out to a teammate at the perimeter. Sends it out of bounds in the near corner. And Meredith a substitution. Kirsty King out. Kim Shue back into the contest. Jana Hassel out, Caroline Coleman in as well. Shue, 42 points for Kim Shue. That's the second highest in a single game in Meredith College history. Plenty of time to add to that as well. Packer catches a pass at the top of the key. Dribbles left against Ray, puts it up off the near side of the rim. Rebounded and pulled in by Daniels. Sprinting to the other side of the floor. Stutter step at the three-point line. Lays it up with her left, too strong. And Packer comes down with a strong rebound for Meredith. Quick outlet to Gladwell at the near sideline, and she'll jog it across midcourt. Chest pass to the left wing. Preston catches back up to the top of the circle. Now in the hands of Preston again. She drives from the left side. Puts it up from the right of the goal. Good defense by Daniels, rebounded by Ray. Wide open in the front court. Umstead catches, bounces it once, and lays it in with her right. Under 8 to play, 69-64, a 5-point Pacers lead. Gladwell for Meredith picks up her dribble and is fouled by Deja Umstead, who wanted a traveling violation, but she reached the whole way. Umstead's second personal, second team foul on William Peace. They've got to watch that total with just under 8 minutes left to play. Coleman on the inbound from the far sideline. Gives to Gladwell. Bounce pass to the high post. Now underneath. High-low, Shue catches, spins to her left, and banks it in. She's got 44. 14 of 22 shooting, and it's 69-66. Church handling the ball for the Pacers. Penetrates on the right side, gives to Ray in the corner, who drives and puts it up with her right, met by the body of Shue. And the personal foul sends Michaela Ray to the free throw line to shoot 2. That's the first team foul on Meredith. Shue's third personally. And the clock stops at 7:26 to play in the fourth. First free throw for Michaela Ray is up and in. She's now 5 of 7 from the stripe today. Ray is 71% shooter. Buries the second, nothing but net, and makes it 71-66, 7:20 to play. Gladwell and King moving it forward for Meredith. Gladwell, a bounce pass to the top of the key to King. Tried the backdoor cutter with Shue. Overthrown, and it's out of bounds at the baseline, but deflected by a Pacers defender. Mariah Ballin doing a good job despite the point total, defending Shu, who cuts on the inbound pass on the right side of the lane. I spoke too soon. Shu wide open on the layup, and she banks it in to give herself 46 and makes it 71-68, reeling it within a score. 7 minutes left in the fourth. Ray in the corner on the right side, takes the long two. It's off the near side of the rim, and a high rebound goes to Jana Hassel. So back to Meredith it goes. Gladwell almost takes a step too many in the front court. Bailed out at the perimeter by Kirsty King. Floated to the top of the key. Smacked away from Shu and stolen by Daniels. Chest pass ahead. Church alters her shot and banks it in from the right side. Whistle blown. And Deja Umstead, I believe, put a foot on the ball after the layup was hit. So it's a delay of game on Deja Umstead, and the Pacers defense has to clear out. Kirsty King inbounds to Gladwell to run the offense. And Madison Gladwell has it stolen away. Michaela Ray all alone in the front court. Lays it in with her right. Great anticipation on the pass attempt. And it's 75-68, 6:15 to play. Gladwell dribbles to the left wing, hands to King, now into the corner to Coleman. Defended by Church, dribbles up to the wing and hands to Hassel. An overhead heave goes to the opposite side, where a long two skips over the cylinder off the front side of the rim from the hand of Kirsty King. And Mariah Ballin reels in the rebound, getting the outlet to Daniels. High pick set by Ballin. Daniels drives left side and goes to the corner where Michaela Ray catches it and will slow things down. Hands behind her in the corner to Khadijah Daniels, who puts up the three. A whistle blown prior to the shot and a traveling violation called. Although all Daniels did was catch and shoot. Perhaps it was on Michaela Ray prior to. Either way, it's a turnover, giving it back to Meredith with 5:40 to play. 75-68, the Pacers lead. Gladwell against Umstead, driving to the right side, gets by a screen. Lofts it to the left side, long two put up by King. It's short off the near side of the rim. Ray goes up for the rebound and is fouled the second she got back down on her feet. Gladwell the culprit, that's her fourth personal. As she checks out, Gladwell and Coleman both with 4 fouls apiece for Meredith. Kirsty King exits as well, and Packer re-enters. Umstead handling the ball for William Peace, enters the front court, dribbles to the left wing, lofts it up to Michaela Ray, spin move under Packer, puts up the shot, and is called for a travel. Another turnover for William Peace, that's their 14th. And it gives it back to Meredith with 5:19 to play. Shu now bringing the ball up the floor against Mariah Ballin at the perimeter. Passes to the right. Preston catches, surveying the scene. Lofts a high pass into the paint. Intended for Shu, but she and Ballin both hit the floor before it got there. And Mariah Ballin charged with the personal foul. That is her 5th by my count. And she will exit via disqualification. Eva Holloway replaces her. Kirsty King checks in for Meredith. Trinity Packer out. And Coleman on the inbound pass from underneath the Meredith basket. Throws a jump ball to the top of the circle. Shu goes up, gets it, drives right side, and banks it in with the foul call. It's against Khadijah Daniels. And Shu will have a chance to complete the three-point play. She has 48 points now and a chance for 49 following Khadijah Daniels' 4th personal foul with 5:02 to play. 75-70. Pacers with the lead. Shu's lone free throw is up and rips the bottom of the net. 49 points for the sophomore. She's 17 of 20 from the stripe. Pacers now with it. Umstead crosses from right to left at the perimeter, takes it herself and dumps it in with her left. 77-71. Hassel catches on the left wing, long two off the far side of the rim. Preston comes down with the rebound for Meredith and sends it outside the three-point line. Shue fakes, drives, scoop shot with her right off the near side of the rim, and Michaela Ray comes down with the rebound for William Peace. Outlet to Deja Umstead, penetrating, kicks to the right corner. Daniels loses her handle, reeled back in the opposite corner by Holloway, but a pass intercepted, and then a Meredith pass taken away. Umstead comes up with it. Gives to Daniels, and a timeout called as Daniels was dribbling in the corner. Coach Graham Smith wants his team to regain their composure as this one has gotten awfully scrappy. At 77-71, Pacers ahead by 6, 4 minutes, 17 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Kim Shue, for what it's worth, 49 points, just one away from the single game scoring record for Meredith College. Sylvia Newman had a 50-point performance, and that's the only one to this point in Avenging Angels history that is better. Pacers on the inbound in front of their own bench, in their own front court. Daniels catches and dribbles to the left wing, bounces it to the block. Ray sneaks a pass to the opposite block where Holloway puts it up and is fouled. It sails over the rim, but Eva Holloway will have her first trip to the free throw line tonight as the clock stops at 4 minutes and 10 seconds here in the fourth. Holloway, 80% free throw shooter on a small sample size. She's 8 of 10. Her first is up. Off the back of the iron, no good. Trinity Packer checks in. Kim Shue checks out. Madison Gladwell back in as well for Jana Hassel. So the Avenging Angels with their starting point guard back into the game. Holloway with a second attempt. Hits it, nothing but net. 78-71. She's now 9 of 12 on the season. Gladwell brings it across midcourt, 4 minutes to play. Her pass to the right, stolen. It's Kadisha Daniels. Left-handed layup in transition, misses. Umstead over the back of Preston trying to reel in the board. Pacers didn't have numbers, and it worked against them there. Umstead commits the foul and slows things down as the ball is rolled all the way to the opposite side of the floor. That's team foul number 5. And Brittany Preston will get a couple of free throws for Meredith. William Peace ahead by 7, 78-71. Preston's first of 2. Sticks to the back of the rim and rolls off the right side without going in. Coleman checks out. Kim Shue back in for the Avenging Angels. Preston's second of 2 free throws rolls in. Those were her first free throws of the season, so she's 1 for 2 at 50%. 78-72. Inlet pass to the elbow. Michaela Ray, hesitation, puts up the long 2. It thuds off the near side of the rim, boarded by Eva Holloway, and she clears it back to midcourt into the hands of Kadisha Daniels. 3:35 to play. Daniels, high screen, drives left side, puts it up. It just rolls off the front of the rim, but fouled. 2 shots on the way for Daniels, 78-72. Pacers still ahead by 6, and the clock stopping at 3:32 here in the fourth quarter. Coach Smith grabbing both Sophia Church and Michaela Ray for a quick word as Daniels' first of 2 is up and drops in. Preston and Packer out for Meredith. Coleman and Hassel back into the contest. Daniel spins the ball on her fingertips. Her second is up and in. Nothing but net. So not only has she hit 9 of 9 free throws, she's rarely hit the rim. 80-72. Meredith with it. Kirsty King tries a pass to the left corner. It's knocked away. Both Sophia Church and Caroline Coleman had hands on it. Jump ball shared possession. gives it back to William Peace. So Deja Umstead trots to the sideline in front of the Meredith bench and inbounds it to Sophia Church. Moving from left to right, Church crosses the timeline, 3:10 to play. She's at the left wing, tries a pass underneath. Coleman knocks it right back into Church's hands. To Daniels, to the left block. Ray catches, tried to move, but is swallowed up by a couple of defenders and shuffles her feet. Coughs up another turnover with 3:03 to play, and it's Meredith's ball. Gladwell directing traffic at the midcourt logo, gives to Shue. Back to Gladwell on the right wing. Fakes an overhead pass underneath. Looking for something there. Fakes and drives to the block, picks up her dribble, sends it to the opposite baseline. Long two sent up by King, and it's off the far side of the rim. Umstead with the board. Numbers for Peace. Bounces it underneath, and Holloway was not on the same page. It's stolen by Shue. Into the front court. King catches in stride and banks it in from the left side. 80-74. 6-point Pacers lead with 2:20 to play. Holloway bounces it to Church as the Pacers enter the front court. And now William Peace is going to slow things down. Church looking for direction from the sideline. Loses her handle, has to save it from going out of bounds. King reels it in at midcourt. Chased by Michaela Ray. Puts it up from the right block. It's off the front side of the rim. But all Meredith players there as Coleman catches it and has an easy putback for two. 80-76. It's within 4. 1:50 to play. Kadisha Daniels at the far sideline on the wing against Gladwell. Gets a high screen from Holloway. Drives right side. Lays it up off the bottom of the backboard, and King comes away with the board for Meredith. Quick outlet near sideline. Gladwell back to King on the right wing. No dribble. King goes on the far corner to Coleman. Overhead pass lofted underneath. Touched by Shue, but she can't reel it in. It's out of bounds at the baseline. And Pacers ball as Menasha Mariette checks back in for the Pacers in favor of Sophia Church. Brittany Preston grabs Jana Hassel for Meredith to give Hassel a breather. 1:30 to play. Inbound pass goes to Mariette and then back to Daniels to bring it up the floor. Daniels across the timeline against Preston. High screen there from Holloway if she wants it. Chest pass to the right. Mariette gives to the right block. Ray sneaks her way underneath, puts it off the high glass, but it's off the far side of the rim and boarded by Shue. Outlet to Preston. In the front court, Meredith back to Gladwell on the right side. Chest pass to the right wing. King overheads underneath into the paint. Shue caught it, but Daniels leapt toward her in defense and bodies up Kim Shue as she receives the pass. So Meredith's leading scorer will go to the free throw line to shoot two, where she has been awfully effective tonight. 17 of 20 from the stripe. That will greatly improve her mark of 71% on the season. Pacers ahead by 4. For Daniels, that's her 5th personal. So now Kadisha Daniels is required to exit. Shania Taylor takes her place. And that's bad news for the Pacers. Daniels leads with 33 points on the evening. First of 2 on the way for Shue. Nothing but net. 80-77. It's a 3-point game. 61 seconds remaining in the 4th. Second for Shue, drops in as well. 80-78. Pacers ahead by 2, inbound. Given to Ray and handed back to Umstead to run point. She dribbles across the midcourt logo. At the perimeter against Preston. Crosses from right to left, gives on the elbow to Ray. Has it high over her head against King. Spins, left side, goes for the bank shot, but it's off the front of the rim. Shue the rebound. And Meredith with it, a timeout called. And now Shue not only has 51 points, which is a new school record, if that statistic holds, she's added a 10th rebound to give herself a double-double on the evening. And Coach Quick was trying to clarify if her team gets to advance the ball past midcourt because she called timeout before they brought it across midcourt, and that will not be the case. Nonetheless, it will be Meredith ball with 41.5 seconds remaining. And the Pacers leading by 2, 80-78. It was a thriller of a win for William Peace on Sunday. That final score was 86-84. This one within a possession, under a minute to play, looks to be just as exciting down the stretch. The 5 for Meredith, Gladwell, Shue to bring it up the floor. Preston, King, and Coleman await in the front court. Defensively for the Pacers, Umstead, Holloway, Taylor, Ray, and Mariette in the backcourt. Shue dribbles across midcourt, gives on the right wing to Gladwell. Passes underneath, cutting his shoe, and it's swatted away, stolen by Michaela Ray. She goes to the far sideline. Taylor back to Ray. 23 seconds to play as Ray enters the front court for the Pacers against Preston. Dribbles right side. Preston tried to draw a charge and flailed toward the ground. Ray keeps possession with 10 seconds remaining. Foul called on the opposite side of the floor as Preston hits the deck again. And it's called against King for Meredith. Michaela Ray goes to the free throw line, 9 seconds remaining. 80-78, Pacers ahead by 2. And Michaela Ray at the stripe. 22 points for her so far. Double-double as she has 10 rebounds to go with it. She buries the first. Her 9th free throw attempt of the evening. She's hit 7 of them. Michaela Ray finishing up what will be her 7th double-double of the season as she buries the second free throw as well. 70% free throw shooter on the season. She's hit 80% in this one and puts it 4 points away for Meredith with 8.6 seconds remaining. What a battle this one has been from the jump. A back and forth game by all means. 8 lead changes to go along with 10 ties. Largest lead for William Peace was 8 points. Meanwhile, never got past a 5-point lead for Meredith. Preston on the far sideline. The lead is 4 for William Peace now. Dishes it to the near corner. And Coleman had a foot out of bounds as she received the pass. That turns it back over to William Peace. And a timeout called by William Peace. 30-second timeout. Stops the clock at 7.7 seconds. Or rather, the turnover stopped the clock. But this will just slow things down a little bit. Make that 7.7 last a little bit longer here on the Pacers Sports Network. 82-78. William Peace looking for its second win in a row. Would be the second in dramatic fashion. And second consecutive home victory is the goal for the Pacers. Mariette on the inbound pass at the near sideline. Gets it to Umstead, and she's fouled at midcourt by Brittany Preston. Coleman was there as well, but Preston will be saddled with the personal. That's her 5th, which will disqualify her. Jana Hassel takes her place, and Deja Umstead goes to the free throw line. For the first time tonight, she has 9 points. Umstead puts it off the back of the rim. No good on her first attempt. She's just a 43% shooter on the season from the stripe. 5 seconds on the clock. Second attempt off the left side of the rim. Eva Holloway skies for a very crucial rebound. Dribbles to midcourt, gets it to Michaela Ray, and allows the clock to hit 0. And the Pacers get win number 2 in a row. 82-78 will be the final. a 4-point victory. They advance to 7-5 on the year. For Meredith, they drop to 1-12 to the Avenging Angels in what looks to be a bit of a rebuilding year under first-year head coach LaQuanda Barksdale-Smith. The stats are eye-popping for this one, so I'll start with Meredith, which was led by, if these statistics hold true, there can always be corrections after the fact, but nonetheless, it's a sensational night for Kimberly Shue. 51 points as my stats currently read. On 16 of 26 from the field, 19 of 22 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds to give herself a double-double there. No other Avenging Angel player in double figures, but 9 for Kirsty King, 5 for Coleman, 7 for Gladwell. Sorry, glossed across that one. Brittany Preston had 4, and Trinity Packer had 2. For the Pacers, Khadijah Daniels with another great game. She had 19 in the win on Sunday, 33 tonight on 9 of 9 from the free throw line. 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 4 steals to go along with that before she fouled out in the fourth quarter. Michaela Ray with 24 points, 10 rebounds, 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Very good foul shooting for the Pacers tonight. 9 points for Deja Olmstead, 7 apiece for Mariah Ballin and Eva Holloway, and 2 for Sophia Church. Rounds out the scoring for your victorious William Peace University Pacers, 82-78. The final score here at the Herm. We'll see you here again on the Pacers Sports Network for some men's action. They face Ferrum College, now a non-conference foe, on Saturday. We look forward to having you there. For everybody involved here on the Pacers Sports Network, I'm Darren Vaught saying so long. Have a good night.